Welcome to Next Schools. We are celebrating Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and Next Schools is Cyber Awareness Month champion. Next Schools is on a mission to make happier and safer internet experiences for the last 5 years. Today, we'll be busting 5 myths of cybersecurity career with Jessie Leon. Welcome, Jessie, to this brand new series of talks with Next Schools. Let me introduce our guest experts, and then we will be talking to him about a lot of myths and also some fun. Jessie Leon is a cyber thought leader with 10 published papers on cyber liability and technology, E&O, plus 1 paper that introduced the insurance sector to robotic liability. He has published in Australia, the UK, and the US, and he continues to advocate for the sound underwriting principles. Thank you for joining us. You are a very special supporter of Next Schools for cyber safety awareness amongst children and youth for the last 2 years. We appreciate.
So, Thank you, Marjola. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. So before we move on, let us understand from you, Jessie, what your work look like.
So with regard to it, I've been recently with insurance in helping people with acquiring insurance and understanding it. But I've also been engaged with writing papers on cyber liability, technology E&O, and a paper on robotic liability, because in day-to-day, there are people who are looking for cyber liability and technology E&O insurance. But then there are also companies, insurance companies engaged in that. And in looking at the needs of the customers, the people who are looking to get the insurance, and looking at the insurance companies, there's definitely a disconnect between them. And so I've been working on trying to overcome that. And then I've also been working for a technology company and being able to see the disconnect between that as well as insurance. And so it's helped me to get a perspective that I've tried to put into my papers about the different things that can be done to improve and make both customers more secure, as well as help insurers provide a better insurance coverage.
Wow, that's interesting. So I'm intrigued by your profile where you mentioned just now also insurance sector, robotic liability. So what is it all about? If you could give us a brief idea about it. This seems to be a very, very new term to me also.
Okay. Yeah, as far as robotic liability goes, like most people know, there are robots. A lot of them are in controlled environments, like in an Amazon warehouse, or maybe working for a company like Boeing at a manufacturing plant. But eventually, these robots will more and more be introduced into our lives, whether it be delivering mail or whether it be harvesting crops, agricultural crops. So as they become more integrated into our personal lives, where we see and interact with them every day, then there are risks both to the companies that are using them, as well as the people who interact with them. And right now, and especially when I was writing that paper on robotic liability, there's no real discussion on those risks, regardless of whether it's to the company, to the person, or whatever it may be. And so I was setting the groundwork for a discussion to get started on those risks and creating an insurance product that's going to be able to help move the world forward, since robots will be coming into our lives in the near future.
Wow. So very few people know that insurance and cybersecurity has a relation, and such a deep relation. And along with that, it's not necessary that the cybersecurity experts are all techies. So we will go down to those myths. This is a golden opportunity for any aspiring cybersecurity professional. As Jessie is also saying, the industry is marred by myths. that is keeping some of the learners away from the cybersecurity. So today in this talk, we will bust those myths with reason and logic. So let's take 5 myths one by one, starting with the biggest misconception of all that we have mentioned earlier also. You have got to be a techie. What do you have to say about it, Jesse?
You're right, Marjola. I definitely agree. That is a 100% myth. You do not have to be a techie to be engaged in cybersecurity. There are, and just as there are software engineers who work for Salesforce or for IBM and other major companies that know very little about technology in general, it's the same for cybersecurity. That just because a person is not a techie doesn't go to every technology conference. That does not mean that a person cannot go into cybersecurity. There are a lot of people who can bring a perspective into cybersecurity that, because they're not a techie, deepens an organization's ability to protect itself and its customers. And also because of that perspective, it allows them to put forth solutions that are more efficient than what may already exist. So being a techie is great, but as far as cybersecurity goes, it's definitely not a requirement.
Okay, so here you go, guys. Business focused is also one of the areas that you can relate to cyber security. So there are enormous roles and possibilities. Think about it. Let's go to the myth number 2. You have got to have specific cyber security qualifications, experience, and be a genius. Is it true?
Again, definitely not. Cybersecurity qualifications like certificates or experience with having done years on the job, or even just being intelligent in that direction of cybersecurity, they're all useful. But at the same time, there are organizations that recognize that not everyone has the ability to get those qualifications, those certificates, or may not necessarily be in a position where they've been able to get the perfect experience for cybersecurity. And because they recognize that, they also recognize that if a person has a passion for cybersecurity, if a person is willing to work really hard and willing to be trained, then all that allows that employer to hire a person and to give that person the training, the education needed to take what they're passionate about and then to become an expert, to become a cybersecurity professional. And so it's just really important to look for companies that are more open-minded than those companies that are looking for just a certificate and nothing else.
So you see that you can start, your starting point could be anything. You could have any kind of skills, and you can take up cybersecurity at any age. Am I correct, Jesse, that it is also a myth that young people only take up cybersecurity?
Yes,
As you are saying that there are certifications available, the people who are already working, they can also switch jobs with certain amount of certifications and trainings.
Yes, that's a myth. I mean, there are young people, of course, many young people who are passionate about cybersecurity, and they can, of course, go into the field. But there are also other people who may have started out on a path that they wanted to go down, but they didn't realize that cybersecurity was an option, and then they encountered it, and they realized, well, no, this is actually a better path for me. And so then they retool themselves and they go into the cybersecurity field, again, because of what their passion is or whatever they have in and of themselves that allows an employer, a company, to see they're very valuable.
So let's move to myth 3. Cybersecurity is a desk job with limited opportunities. What do you have to say about it?
Cybersecurity is definitely not a desk job. There are some cybersecurity professionals who have to travel all over the world, so they're definitely not at desk 24/7. There are some cybersecurity professionals who may start out in a cubicle in the company, but then because of the limited amount of cybersecurity professionals, they're able to distinguish themselves and move into other positions, whether it may be a chief information security officer, or maybe just a chief technology officer, they're able to move into these other positions where, again, they're not at a desk anymore. Some of the time, sure, but most of the time they're in meetings, they're guiding companies, they're working with stockholders and other stakeholders in order to help their company in the different ways that it needs help. So cybersecurity may seem very desk-like for its future, but that's just, again, a myth. It's not something that is true.
Okay, so here you go. If you want to climb the career ladder, then this is also a profession that you can choose. So let's go to the myth number 4. Only big companies hire cybersecurity professionals. Is it true, Jesse?
Definitely not. And thankfully, it's not true, because every company, small companies, and big companies, all need cybersecurity, because once a person connects their company in whatever way to the internet, then that creates an inherent risk, and then that creates the need for cybersecurity. And of course, the bigger the company, the more it's connected, and therefore the more insurance, the more cybersecurity professionals it needs to employ. But even a company with 100 people can still need cybersecurity professionals, because again, they're connected to the internet, they have those exposures. And so that creates, going back to that myth we just talked about, that creates opportunities for cybersecurity people to work at small companies, large companies. It expands because of that, their geography. They don't have to work in big cities if they don't want to. They can work in smaller cities, because that need is there everywhere, regardless of the size of the organization.
So another, a very lucrative thing is that there are a lot of job options or job opportunities available, as there is a job, skill gap in this particular area. We are going so fast that we are unable to keep track with the thieves, or you can say the cyber crooks or hackers out there. And there are ample of opportunities. It is growing at a very, very fast pace. In India alone, as I said, there are 1 million job opportunities available for cybersecurity professionals. So think about it. We'll go to the last myth, myth 5. You can always pose the questions to us. This is not the end. There are many, many other myths, and there is a lot to learn about the cybersecurity if you want to take it as a profession. So let's go to the myth number 5. Cybersecurity is not for women. People think that too much of technology is needed in this, programming, coding, it is all about it, and it's not for the women. So for this, what do you have to say?
Cybersecurity not being for women is also a myth, because one of the biggest strengths any organization can have is diversity, whether it be diversity in culture or diversity in gender, diversity in religion. All of it can help bring in perspectives that someone who is all male or a group that's all female may not necessarily have. But by having a diverse group, by having women in cybersecurity, it definitely provides a perspective that employers value, that they would not have gained had women not applied to their organization and are not employed in it. They would lose that perspective. But there are employers who recognize that women are equal to men. They recognize that women are as every skilled as any male when it comes to cybersecurity or any other field. And there are organizations that want to see women in their organizations because, again, of that diverse perspective that it gives them, and all the benefits that come from it, because they have, from a diverse perspective, better chances of seeing threats and better ways of creating solutions to mitigate those cybersecurity threats. And also, having women just increases the amount of people who can be cybersecurity professionals. Because like you mentioned, if there's 1 million positions open, but only half the population is seen to be for those positions, well, then that makes it so much harder to fill them. So yes, women definitely belong in cybersecurity and definitely have many avenues, just like men do, in order to be successful, in order to go on to become a chief information security officer or whatever it may be. And if anything, having women just gives everyone more career opportunities.
Wow. So a lot of scope for the women and girls. Think about it. You can start your preparation from now, because cybersecurity is also about the curiosity and motivation. So it is not just about the degree or the qualification. It is also about observation, because nowadays we see that many cybersecurity experts do not have any formal degree or education in the field of cybersecurity, but they are doing different roles as per their previous experience, or also because they are passionate about cracking something. That is why we come up with so many examples where we see that small children have become hacker, and they have started also, that is ethical hacking, if I may put it like this. They are helping the big corporations also in breaching the security, finding out the bugs so that they can secure their environment more firmly. So this is 5 myths that we have busted today. As I said, that you can always comment and write to us questions. Now let's have some fun. Let's play some rapid fire with Jessie. So I'll be giving you 2 options. You have to tell me which one you do. So texting or talking?
Talking.
Great. Facebook or LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Wow. Outdoors or digital gaming?
Both.
Both. Great. And your last Halloween dress?
Vampire.
Oh, wow. That's great. So we got to know something about Jesse also, that he is seems to be well-balanced person, isn't he? With good digital habits, outdoors and gaming, both of them. LinkedIn is a better place for the professionals. And talking, of course, talking is something which we are missing out every time since the WhatsApp and other text messaging platforms have come up. So it's great. Keep talking to your friends and family. It is more emotional connect in this time of COVID pandemic, when we have to compel ourselves to stay indoors more and more. So we had wonderful talk with Jessie. So folks, curiosity and motivation are more important than an impressive report card, especially when confronting with cybersecurity threats like social engineering techniques such as phishing, ransomware. Every school should offer opportunities to learn and work with technology that are broader than computer science curriculum. And all tracks that involve working with the technology should weave cybersecurity in the syllabus. This is what I feel, and I have been working forward to, because we do not have cybersecurity or cyber safety also, which includes more of the ethical part of it, the morality, the responsibility, we being as digital citizens. So I recommend that include it in your syllabus every day. Talk to the children about the cyber safety. Thank you, a big thank you, Jessie, for being part of our expert talk in this busting the myths and sharing your views. They have been insightful. I'm sure that many, many children will think of taking up cybersecurity with enormous, enormous possibilities. Thanks for being with us. Share your questions, feedback in the comments below. Coming up next in conversation with another expert, where we'll talk about digital wellness among children and youth. For more insightful information, fun conversation, subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Mridula, your host, signing off. Stay healthy and stay safe.
Thanks, Pradula.